Sup, gigglers?
Gary, fix the Wi-Fi.
Manifest that shit.
We can't be managed. I mean, the day just got away from me.
What is up, my giggly bells?
Oh, like Christmas bells? Like jingle bells.
Yeah, I was like going to sleep last night and that's what I think about. I'm like, what should I say?
Wow, it's so funny how we probably think about such different things before we fall asleep.
I'm like, what starts with a G?
The other night I was thinking about how like it's just so hard to find good leather pants and I should just make leather pants.
I think about every awkward thing I said and did during the day and if I should hate myself for it.
Okay, when I'm having really bad anxiety, but like when I'm in bed about to fall asleep, I remember, this is like a really good tip. I remember that no one is thinking about me before they fall asleep except me.
It's kind of sad, but true.
Yeah, like you're so worried about like, now every time I go out, I come home and I'm like, oh my God, did I like say too much? Did I sound like an idiot? And then I'm thinking like, no one is home thinking like, wow, Paige really sounded like an idiot tonight. Well, probably, but like.
And then they wonder, wait, did I sound like an idiot back? Does she think
Yeah.
I'm an idiot?
Yeah.
Do you believe that when you have a dream about someone, it's because they're thinking about you?
Yes and no, but I feel like your dreams are really like your deep, deep subconscious.
We need a dream reader.
Oh my God, we need a dream reader because this is so weird. You know, when you have like a sex dream and you wake up and you're like, oh my God. Like
I
that.
hate it. It causes
was
sexual
crazy.
tension with people I don't need.
I have never had a dream about a girl before sexually, unless it was like a threesome situation. But like, I've never gotten to the point where like I had sex with a girl. I woke up the other morning and I texted Craig and I was like, I think I'm a lesbian.
You're like, I have good news and bad news.
I was like, I had the craziest dream last night and it was like so lucid. Like it was like a morning dream. So like when I woke up,
Yeah.
it was like so fresh. Craig was in it, but we were in a hotel and I left like our hotel room and like went to another hotel room with a girl. But like I didn't have sex in the dream, but like I was going to have sex with this girl. Is that so crazy?
Wow.
He was like, wow, that's so crazy.
Dreams are wild. I remember when I was younger, I had a dream that I kissed one of my middle school teachers.
Mhm.
He was like hot. Like looking back,
Yeah.
she always liked a zaddy, you know. And I like couldn't make eye contact with him for a month, which is super inconvenient when they're your teacher. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I was like, oh my God, he can tell that I had a dream that I kissed him.
Or have you ever had a dream, like a sexual dream about someone, and in real life you're like, but I'm not attracted to them. Like, I don't want to have sex with them. But like in the dream you did.
100%. Or they're
Yeah.
like hot in the dream.
Yeah.
Also, I do have to say that I have sex dreams when I haven't had sex in a while.
Okay.
Like, you know how guys have wet dreams? I feel like I will have legit sex dreams when my body's like, you need to orgasm.
Yeah. Do you ever like orgasm in a dream and then wake up and are like, did I in like real life in my bed by myself, or was that just like in a dream?
1,000%. And then you wake up and it's not like a dude where the sheets are all crispy or something. So you're just like, did I? And then I'll like try to touch myself, but like my clitoris is sleeping.
Yeah. They're like, what? Yeah. It's like, they're like,
Like it's not working.
They were like, we weren't a part of this dream. Like, you're so weird.
Like, that was in your head, bitch. Leave us alone. We're in the middle of REM.
I'm doing a full skin routine right now.
But yeah, Paige started with an ice roller, which we love. And now she's putting on some lotion. Also, you have a full-on surgical tool you're using now that looks quite invasive.
This is from Face Gym, and I keep it in the freezer, and it's cold, and this is what I like push back my face with.
Does Craig have any skincare routines?
0. Yeah, I don't even know if Craig washes his face.
You're like, I've never been in the same room when
He
he's
does-
done it.
He does brush his teeth every single night, though, and I appreciate it.
Yes, so does Des.
I don't. I'm like, all right, I'm tired. I'm in bed.
I don't know why depression is so aligned with brushing your teeth. Like, I know I'm depressed when I'm like, I can't brush my teeth. Also, let's be honest. I'm brushing my teeth for 25 seconds max.
At nighttime, it's a whole different situation. Like, yes, you should absolutely do it. It feels so much better. But, like, if I don't do it at nighttime and I just get in bed, I'm not like, oh, my God. I sleep in my makeup all the time, too. Like, I didn't wash my face last night. This is why I'm doing a whole thing this morning.
Yeah, you live chaotically, but it's fun.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been in Ireland for 8 minutes and you haven't even
I haven't even asked. I
asked.
feel like you think you're so much better than us because you're in Europe. You didn't study abroad, so you're like, sorry, are you missing something? I'm in Europe.
I was in Barcelona. No, I wasn't in Barcelona, but
Do you think you guys would ever move there?
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, do we live here now?
Yeah. Did you see that meme where it was like the millennial urge to be somewhere for 2 days and say, I think I could live here? Just so true. So true.
I literally walk into a room and you know it has like just a different smell. Like it just smells different. And I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, I'm different now. Like
Yeah.
basically the Hannah you guys knew last week, I don't know
dead.
her. The old Hannah's dead.
Yeah, no, I get that. You're like, I have stamps on my passport. What do you have?
I have nothing against Americans, but they just don't get it, you know?
Yeah, they don't get it.
They're just like think so small-mindedly, and like I've like seen a lot in the last 2 days, and I just kind of get how the world works now.
Sorry.
Who's calling you?
I don't know. Where's
You're
that
fine.
coming from? Oh, I got an iPad.
Are you okay?
I did it because everyone has them. And
Who has
just-
iPads?
Literally, if you ask people, everyone is secretly going and buying iPads and hanging out on them at nighttime.
Oh, so they could like watch a TikTok movie, like you're in an IMAX.
I don't know, but like my mom has one, she loves it. Craig has one, she loves it, or he loves it. My friend Stephanie, who like I'm always on the phone with, she has one, she loves it. And I was just like, am I missing out?
Do you FaceTime people on it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
I just feel like it's too many screens.
Except when you're
I'm just European, you know? Like I
Yeah.
don't understand this stuff.
like you Americans.
Also, Des was like, "Stop saying European. You're in Ireland." I'm like, "Is it not? in
Is
Europe?"
it so beautiful? Is it? It's in Europe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait. So also the gigglers were so funny because I basically was telling you guys how I took the flight and I'm not going to Ireland
Right.
because I was gonna have a gig in LA.
Right.
Turns out they go, we're actually gonna go with someone else. So I immediately was like, I'm going to Ireland.
Right.
It's kind of like a flight to LA though. It takes like 5.5 hours.
That's not bad at all.
And I was in one of those ones where you can lie down.
First class, bitch.
I mean, Zaddy hooks
Yeah.
me up because I'm not allowed to do it on my
Right.
own. But he has all those like points from traveling.
Right.
Like whatever. This is the pro of being with an older man.
Mhm. His MQMs.
But in front of me was a full-on infant. Full like
No.
like fresh off the boat.
Like
fresh out of the womb.
No, I'm okay.
Like still sticky. And then the man behind me, like me, probably 70 years old, was blackout, leaving drunk voicemails to anyone in his life. And I was like, honestly, we've all been there and I get it.
How was he doing that on the plane?
Well, it took like forever to leave because there was like some snow or something. And he was just calling everyone in his phone and no one was picking up for a reason.
Yeah.
But he was telling someone how he used to be like a professional ping pong player and just going on these long rants. And I'm like,
Yeah.
take a Xanax and pass out like the rest of us. I feel like people deal with flight anxiety in a lot of different ways.
Mm-hmm.
My new flight anxiety is when I know I need to fall asleep, I can't. But when I'm not supposed to fall asleep, I will fall asleep anywhere.
Yeah.
Like if you're like, Hannah, don't take a nap right now, I'll be like, well, now I need to. But if you say, Hannah, you need to sleep or your sleep's going to be off for the next week,
Oh, yeah.
you can't force yourself to sleep.
No.
You're like, sleep, please sleep.
I'll fall asleep in the middle of the day and have like a huge meeting or project that I have to do. And I'm like, but first let's nap. And then at 3 a.m., I'm like, what if I rearranged my whole apartment? like,
Or at 3 a.m., you're like, what does it even feel like to be tired?
Right.
How does one fall asleep? And then the second I wake up all day, I'm like fighting to not sleep.
yeah. I'm like, should I shower now and get like ahead for the morning? I'm like, no, go to sleep, you psycho.
Dude, I'm so productive at 3 a.m.
Me too.
And so creative, to be honest. So anyway, I don't fall asleep on the flight, really. I did watch a documentary about Woodstock 99, which is neither here nor there. It's all they had, okay? And you know your girl needed a dope documentary. And then I landed and I became who I am today.
I have so many questions.
I landed. I'm in Dublin. Dublin?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Dublin right now. That's how they
Have
say
you
it.
drank a beer?
Des made me drink a Guinness.
Yeah, how was it?
And when by drink a Guinness, I sipped 2 sips.
Yeah,
and he
you
was
were
like,
like-
"You're fucking embarrassing me. Finish it." And I was like, "I literally can't."
Ew.
It tasted actually much better than I thought because I don't really like beer, but it tasted like it's toasted barley. If anyone was wondering, it tasted like Ireland.
Yeah.
It tasted like a
I-
4-leaf clover.
I hate beer. Like, I don't think I've ever finished a full beer. Like, even in college, I was like, no,
I
this
know.
is gross. Like, I rather drink Svedka straight from the bottle than drink
Yes.
any beer that you have at this frat party.
There's a thing called blood pudding. here.
Yeah.
Do you know what blood pudding is?
I don't know if I want
Turns out
to.
no one in Ireland knows what blood pudding is either. And they were like, I think there's like guts in it.
What
I'm
is?
like, guts.
You're like, talk English.
Well, that's the thing. The first guy I met had the thickest Dublin accent, and I was like, I've
Yeah.
never not understood someone speaking English before.
Right.
But Paige, I swear to God, we start driving. The Irish countryside
Stunning.
is so green because it rains a lot, so it's like a rainforest, and it's an island.
Yeah.
There's like that's like where they filmed Game of Thrones. Actually, that might be Scotland, but it's like similar.
Yeah.
There's random ass sheep just like chilling, and then some of them are graffitied because that's how the farmers tell them apart, like with a little like pink graffiti. So they look like these like punk rock hair dyed sheep.
You're like, oh my God, I love your band. Please sign my t-shirt.
They literally just have like sticks stuck in their wool and they're just eating all day, like, and I'm like, honestly, I identify with a sheep. They just like don't shower and snack all the time. So these sheep are adorable. Then we go to this like a meditation center place. It's like beautiful on this cliff, and that's where I met this cat.
Yeah. Let's talk about
That-
this.
Let's talk. I mean, I want to.
Yeah. I have to say, when you posted the story about you and the random ass cat that you were just carrying on your shoulder, I was with Sierra, and Sierra was like, "Oh my God, like Hannah found a cat," and I was like, "Cool," and then like I saw it on my Instagram, and we had a conversation about it, and I was like, "This is how different we are as a friend group." You and Sierra would like run up to this stray cat, okay? You could not pay me. You could not pay me any amount of money to pick up a cat in the middle of nowhere and walk around with it and hold it. What if it had fleas, Hannah? What if it bit you? What if...
What you just described is my literal dream, and I will take those chances to have a connection with a beautiful soul.
Yeah, but like it's the world's cat. It's not.
I thought it
a
was my
house cat.
grandpa.
Oh, okay. Well, now you brought your grandpa into it, and I can't say anything.
No. I was like, Grandpa Jerry, is that you? So this cat, by the way, we have the most beautiful view of the ocean.
Yeah.
Or like the Irish Sea. I don't know. It's
whatever.
the kind of thing that people travel miles for. And my back is facing it, and I see this cat. And the cat I knew was cool. It's because the
Go ahead.
cat, when it sees you, it started coming right towards us.
Was
and I
this
was like,
someone's
this cat is down to clown. I think it's just like part of the community. I think the
Okay.
cat is a monk.
Okay.
It's a monk cat.
Okay.
It's very peaceful there. So Des is off doing his own thing, and the cat, I decide to try to pick it up because I'm a little kooky, and the cat goes, let's go a step further and let me go on your shoulders. And then I'm like, Des, because if you yell, you might scare the cat. I was like, Des, and he's like, this is a meditation center. It's a silent retreat. And I'm like, Des, and he's like, what? Oh my God. And like we're petting the cat. It goes on Dez's shoulders. It's purring. It's loving it. It's like, I want to be on top. So then we finally put the cat down. He's like, leave the cat alone. We got to go. Des is like you.
Yeah.
But he's slowly getting converted. He literally posted on Instagram with a caption saying, I'm not really a cat guy. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, people get mad about that stuff. Like, if I say they like cats, they get really mad. So you just have to preface it. Anyway, so this cat follows us. This cat, we like go into all these different trails and the cat's just following us.
Is
and
the
following
cat
us.
about to walk into this like screen? Did you take the cat home?
I wanted to so bad, but it's literally like belongs to the community and they would probably find me.
Mhm.
But like I thought about it. Also, Butter would have had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Don't tell Butter about this.
I
at
would-
all,
I would
'cause it
never.
so this cat, I decided to put it on my shoulder again, and then I walked around with this cat on my shoulder the whole time. And it was amazing. It was great content. And I think about Roxy. It's a he named Roxy,
Okay.
which we love. And I can't get this cat off my mind. I love this cat, and
I
I
just
wanna
don't-
know.
I just don't like anything that sheds on me.
I shed. You shed.
Yeah, but it's me.
Okay, this is my question.
Yeah.
Are you gaslighting me, or are you actually gonna get a cat? Because now I'm feeling a different energy from you.
I
Like,
would get a cat. I want to get a cat. No, I seriously do. I just don't want it to shed. Like anything that I have to vacuum up their hair and it's potentially on my black coats, I don't want to be involved in with it.
Well, you definitely get a black cat. Also, Butter doesn't shed,
Okay.
or she does, and then I just like don't do anything.
Butter definitely does. I know Jasper sheds.
Yeah, Jasper sheds.
I tried to wear one of Sierra's coats one time and I was like, what is this? Like, I was like, how do you live like this?
You get a short-haired black cat, and you're Gucci.
I guess. Anyway, okay, so you're in Ireland. What else have you done there? How long are you there for?
So I'm actually tomorrow going to France for the first time.
Oh my God, you're gonna eat so much bread.
Oh, I've already been eating so much bread in Ireland. The butter is so good. Kerrygold. But I'm skiing for the first time. I've never been skiing.
Oh, in France you're going skiing?
Yeah. And Des is like a big skier. Like he's done like avalanche skiing where they like take a helicopter and like drop you on a random mountain and you just like ski. No, like some crazy.
That's terrifying.
I've never even done a bunny slope.
I didn't know Des was such a good skier.
He loves it.
So what are you gonna do?
I'm going to be on the bunny slope. And he's like, "Don't worry. I'll get you good real quick." And I'm like, "Look, I'm not trying to hurt myself."
I know. Isn't that something crazy that like now you have to think about like, look, I'm just not trying to like deal with an injury.
Yeah, and like we're getting old. Like I sneeze too hard and my lower back has an ache. So,
Yeah.
wait, have you skied before? Like, are you good at skiing?
I'm not bad. I had skied one time in high school and because like the guy I was dating loved snowboarding. So I was like, oh my God, yeah, no, of course. I've definitely skied for sure. And I hated it.
Why'd you hate it?
It was going too fast. Like I wanted to stop and I wanted the ski patrol to come and get me and take me down the mountain. And my boyfriend was like, this is not a movie. There's no ski patrol just like riding around on their like snowmobiles to pick you up. And I was like, wow.
So you're basically just like falling down a mountain.
Yeah. I literally thought I saw sparks coming from my skis because I was going so fast and they were rubbing against each other. And then in Aspen, I'd gone a couple years ago and I got like a legitimate ski lesson for like 3 hours.
Oh.
But the guy was so good. And like now I can go down on like a medium level trail.
Skiing is like rich people though.
Such
because
rich people.
I had to get so many accessories.
Mhm.
I needed gloves. I needed like a neck warmer. I needed
Goggles.
the goggles. I needed a new ski jacket. I needed
The goggles
ski pants.
are not cheap. Like even if you go to buy the cheapest ones, they're still like $200.
It's wild.
Yeah.
And then a hat.
Mhm.
And then I needed ski pajamas, like, or the under
Yep,
stuff. For
long
I was
johns.
like, holy, like, and I'm probably just gonna do it once.
Yeah.
And then be like, can I go in the hot tub inside?
You're like, okay, I'll go eat now. Thank you. Where's the French onion soup?
Have you been to London before?
I've been to London before. It's chic. It's posh.
Yeah.
I love it. I feel like if I ever have like a midlife crisis and I'm like, I'm moving away, I would want to move to London.
and then go on Made in Chelsea.
Absolutely. And then become friends with like the queen.
So Dez's good friend and amazing comedian, Joanne McNally,
Mm-hmm.
has a podcast with a girl named Vogue Williams, who is married to Spencer.
Who the heck is Spencer?
He was like the like brown haired guy in Made in Chelsea with
Say the story again. Joanne, I never really watched that.
Oh, then never mind. I was like really into Made in Chelsea back in the day.
Really? I watched
should
like
watch
one
it.
episode when they came to New York.
Also, I was like, guys, should we talk about normal people? Like, great show.
Wait, oh my God, I forgot we were obsessed with
Gigglers,
that show.
if you haven't watched Normal People, watch it and then follow Connell's Chain on Instagram.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's on Hulu. We watched it in quarantine. We were obsessed with it.
And that was before I met Des. I was like, Irish guys are hot.
Yes. Oh my God, what a foreshadow.
I know. But also now I like get, so if anyone knows Des, he speaks in a thick Queen's accent with random words that don't make sense. Like he'll say like bloody and he always goes frustrated. And I'm like, what does he talk about? But here, like they say certain things, like they say grand, like that's grand.
I kind of love that.
Or they'll be like, happy days, happy days.
I love that.
They'll just out of nowhere just be like happy days. Also, they say lads for anyone. Like Des will be in traffic and he'll be like, come on lads, let's go lads. I'm like, lads? But it just means like guys.
Yeah.
And it could be girls or anyone.
I'm really glad you got to go. When do you come back?
20th or 21st. So yeah, I'm just, I have a big perspective now on life.
You're cultured.
I have some questions for you.
Okay.
What do you think of people who put
Hate them.
their honestly, touche. What do you think of people who put their boyfriend or their girlfriend in their bio? Someone cheated.
I think it's the equivalent to like putting your best friend's initials in your away message, like your profile, your AIM profile.
It's like getting a best friend bracelet.
Yeah, like if you're above the age of 15 and your boyfriend is in your bio or it says like wife to and then it's like at James, like stop.
That's so awkward because I was going to get you a best friend bracelet for Christmas. No, I'm just kidding. But I do think this goes back to what we talked about, guys. Decenter relationships from your life that they're the main success point.
Yeah, I just think it's weird.
Don't you think it's embarrassing when people have pet pages and it doesn't do well because like low-key the pet's ugly but they can't see it?
Yeah, it's like having an ugly child, I feel like.
Yeah. But like some ugly dogs are so cute, but then some dogs, they're just not Instagrammable and it's not their fault.
I have the craziest unpopular opinion.
What is it?
I don't think French bulldogs are cute. I don't think any bulldog is cute. French, American, any of them.
Do you know that we've had this full talk on Giggly Squad before, how we hate French bulldogs because
I
they
feel
look
like-
like they got hit in the face with a frying pan? And there's a French bulldog community that was pretty upset at us.
Okay, you want to know what I say to the French bulldog community? I don't like a dog who can't like give birth naturally because they've been like made into a dog.
Okay,
Like bulldogs have to have C-sections.
wait, is this alleged? Because you're throwing some hot words out here.
I'm Googling it right now. Okay, allegedly, just to be safe.
I tweeted that Pete Davidson is a French bulldog because there's definitely something wrong with him, but he looks good with hot women.
How do bulldogs give birth?
Have babies? Are you about to look at like a full bulldog birth?
Because bulldog puppies cannot fit through their mother's birth canal and must be delivered via cesarean.
Oh, guys, to the French bulldog lovers and the bulldog community, I think they're cute in their ugly way. I actually met a very nice bulldog last night named Fred, but
I do love when people give their dogs human names. I think it's hilarious when it's like
met a very cute
weird
Ernie
name.
this morning,
Oh,
Scottish
wow.
Terrier. But I do have to say, we do like adoptions here. There's a ton of dogs in shelters that need homes. I don't. Anyway, but you get where I'm going.
I just the sounds that bulldogs make, I just feel like are a lot.
Oh yeah, when we were doing Giggly Squad lives and we couldn't focus because that bulldog was breathing too close to you.
Oh my God, my friend Justin's dog. Yeah, it was just, he was so loud. You know? And then like I felt like he was judging me. I was like, you're the one breathing like Tony Soprano. Like,
I get good messages from people who want advice, and I screenshot them, but then I also screenshot literally everything in my phone, so I can never find
While
it.
you're looking for that, let me tell the gigglers the cutest story ever of what Craig did for me this weekend. Because we are long distance, you know, obviously it's hard to go there every single week, but like we pretty much manage it. I don't think we've gone like a full 2 weeks without seeing each other. So it would have been like 10 days that we weren't seeing each other.
Mm-hmm.
So on Friday, like in the afternoon, he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna fly up to New York. Like, I'm just gonna book a flight right now and I'll leave Saturday night. And I was like, oh my God, that's like a lot of travel for just like one day. And he was like, no, like I'm doing it. His flight was like 7 p.m. Okay. He calls me at like 6 p.m. and he was like, oh my God, bad news. Like, I actually can't go. I have to do this work thing. Like, I completely forgot about tonight. Like, and I was like, oh my God, don't worry about it. And he was like, no, like I need to see you. Like, I really want to see you. I'm just going to come up Saturday morning. He flies to me Saturday morning. He gets in at 10 a.m. He has to be back in Charleston by Saturday night. A storm is coming. So he had booked like a nighttime flight to fly back. And he was like, I booked 2 flights to fly back because I don't know if they're going to get canceled because of the storm. This man flew into New York for 5 hours just to hang out with me and then flew back.
Oh.
Is that not the cutest thing you've ever heard in your life? And I told my mom, and do you want to know what my mom said? He's very adamant about seeing you this weekend. Are you sure he's not going to tell you something bad or like break up with you?
Oh my God.
And I was like, what? In the actual, my dad looked at her and was
That's
like,
called anxiety at its finest.
yeah. I was like, oh my God, no. He just like really loves me and like missed me. But can
He
you?
walks in and you go, I'm breaking up with you.
I'm like, funny you're here. I have things to say to you as well. No, is that not? And so like as that day was happening, I couldn't even really process it. But I made a point to like, I was like, I have to tell the gigglers. If he wants to, he will.
I literally was about to say,
Dude.
this is a story of if he wants to, he will.
No, so like if you are dealing with some dumb ass finance bro right now in New York City who says, I can't see you tonight. I'm like, I have so much work to do. This man flew at 10 a.m. in the morning and then again at like 3 p.m. in the afternoon just to like make out with me a couple times.
And by make out, she means dicked out.
I mean, I told him about my full dream.
Okay, this is a great segue to a giggler who DM'd me
Okay.
for some advice. My ex and I broke up about a month ago. He broke up with me because long distance was too much. However, he's clearly still in love with me. He'll send me drunk texts saying stuff like, I don't know how I'm just supposed not to love you. I'm like, bro, you broke up with me. Anyway, I don't want to get back together, but he wants to be friends with benefits over Christmas break. I'm fine because I know for sure I don't want to get back together, but will this make things more complicated? By the way, we're both 24, since you always ask. Thanks, and I love you both.
I think, look, there's advice I'd give and then there's what I'd actually do. You know?
Because he's probably comfortable and he's around.
Yeah, and like, you know, it's going to be good and it's going to be fun. As long as you don't get so upset afterward, I would say do it. Who cares? But if it's going to really with your mental state.
But also, I feel like she might be lying to us a little. I mean this in the nicest way, but like, if a dude broke up with me, even if he's horrible, if he shows any non-interest, I'm obsessed with him.
Correct.
So I feel like even though you're like, I don't care, and I totally get that, part of you wants to be like, but you still want me. But
Yeah.
to be honest, if you want to play that game, don't let him have your pussy.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you win.
I'd also love to know the distance they're doing. Because I feel like West Coast, East Coast, I feel like that's so hard. I don't know how people
Yes.
do it, but I feel like same
Yes.
coast is a little bit more manageable.
You're right, especially time-wise in terms of being on the phone. Like when Des was in Ireland, it was a 5-hour time difference, and I was just always asleep when he was asleep.
You
I
were
was like,
the
"Well."
epitome of like date a sleepy girl.
Exactly.
Des didn't care that you didn't answer the phone because you weren't out doing anything. You were asleep.
Early on in the relationship, he'd like want to call the police. He's like, "Are you okay?" And now my mom and Des are like, "She's sleeping." Oh my God, I got the funniest giggler message too.
Okay.
How do you get your ex to stop loving you? You shouldn't. This is the thing, girl. You shouldn't even know how your ex feels about you because he needs to be out of your life.
Oh my God, I feel like I could write a whole book about it. I feel like your ex still loving you is good for your universe, like the atmosphere. It's good to have people that
To
love
smell
you.
good.
Yeah.
But also don't be like teasing him and stuff. Like let him know it's over. Paige, do you have any advice for long distance relationships? And
Yeah.
yeah, everyone is loving the long distance relationship. Do you have any tips?
Well,
Or
I feel like
tricks?
a lot of the gigglers are college age, and I feel like some of them are doing long distance with their boyfriends, like in different colleges. I feel like the number one thing that's worked for Craig and I, and we are very different in terms of like, we don't have a 9 to 5, so our days are pretty flexible of like, okay, well, I can't come this weekend, but I can come like Wednesday to Friday, like something like that. I think the number one thing that's worked for us the most is we set a certain amount of time of like, okay, we'll never go without seeing each other past, I feel like we said 2 weeks, but really we've like made it a week. Like we don't go a whole week without seeing each other.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you have a time and you set it to that, like, okay, we will, like if you live far away from each other, like, okay, we won't ever go longer than a month without seeing each other, and you stick to that, I feel like it's more manageable because it's more organized.
Yeah, I think having rules and structure is so good because in the moment it's hard to like decipher things. But when I did long distance in college, we spoke every single night on the phone.
Yeah.
That's just what we did. Before you go to sleep, you
Yeah.
talk on the phone.
Yeah.
It wasn't a like, can you speak tonight? It was just like a set time that we're gonna do. So it's like, make sure you have some normalcy to it so you won't go too long without having that intimacy that's like not just text messages. Like you
Right.
can't just live off of text messages. Or you start falling in love with like a false persona of who the person is, I feel
Yes,
like, you know?
absolutely. I like, even if I know Craig is busy like all day, like today, I know that he's busy all day and like not going to be on his phone. I still text him as if he's going to respond. Like, okay, just like I just showered and like, wow, what do you think about like corn muffins? You know, like every thought I have, I send.
I love that. No,
No, I want it to be like I'm there.
when Des was in Ireland and he'd be asleep, I would be like out and I would be like, oh, I just talked to this person about you and this happened. And
Yeah.
because I'm not going to remember that. You have to feel like the communication is so open
Yep.
and you can just be your full self with them at all times.
Absolutely.
Let's be honest. The reason you like each other is not because of the convenience of vicinity. It's
Right.
because of your actual connection.
Right.
So this is an interesting question. Should both people be making the same income?
No. I feel like as women, we are like programmed to look for someone who makes the same amount or more. I think if there's like a huge discrepancy, it's how secure that person is with like how much they make.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I dated someone who made like significantly less than me, I wouldn't want to feel taken advantage of. Like you don't want to feel taken advantage of, but you should never feel bad about yourself if you make less. You're probably in different industries.
I care more about people like knowing what they want to do for a living. Like as long as
Yeah.
you see their path,
Yeah.
like where they want to be, or like it's to me the most unattractive thing is when they don't really have motivation to do anything and they don't even know what they want to do. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, then there's nothing to hope for. Because I'm like always thinking about like, oh, what do I want to try to do?
Yep.
So it's more about finding someone who matches your perspective on work almost. Because if one person's like obsessed with work and then one person isn't,
Yeah.
sometimes it's like you're missing each other. Like, yeah, it's great to be with a really wealthy man, but if he's like never going to be around for the kids because he's always,
Right.
always working, that's super annoying.
I will say though, it is nice when you're at like you don't have to make the same amount, but you're in the same range. It
Yeah.
does make just way easier because it doesn't feel like, oh wow, he's always paying for this, or oh wow, she's always like booking the plane tickets. Like
Yeah.
it's easier to go tit for tat. Like a perfect example is like when Craig is in New York and we're ordering food. I typically will like go on my Uber Eats and be like, okay, put in whatever you want. But when we're in Charleston, he'll be like, okay, I'm ordering from here. What do you want? So it's kind of like, you know, we can do that
You never want to feel indebted to anyone.
ever.
I also think as women, like make as much money as you can because it's fun to poor guys. Poor guys feel like they need a place to stay, and it is like next level. You don't want to be just like rich dudes just to go on a trip. Like,
Yeah. Oh my God, no.
live your life, whoever you want to,
Yep.
and then honestly, you want someone with a similar motivation to you, I think.
I will say I was 24 years old, and this was like one of a very big turning point in my 20s. I was dating a boyfriend at the time, and we had flown out to California to like visit one of his friends, whatever. We were flying back to New York, and he wanted to switch our plane tickets to like the red eye or whatever. And I said, I would love to keep our plane tickets the time that it's at right now, so we get back to New York a little bit earlier rather than like super early in the morning. He looked at me and said, when you buy the plane tickets, you can make the decisions.
Whew.
That moment was one of the most pivotal moments, I'm not kidding, of my life. And I never said anything back to him about it, but I think about that all the time. And from that day on, I bought my own plane ticket anywhere I've ever gone.
I love that so much because also you hear stories of women who are like afraid to leave a situation because like financially they won't be able to like find a place to stay. Always trust that you will figure it out.
Yeah.
Like never stay in an abusive relationship just
Ever.
because of that. But there's a freedom to be like, if I wanted to leave Ireland right now, like right now,
Yeah.
I can.
Yes.
And even when he's buying for you,
Yeah.
it's nice to know it's not because like he needs to, it's because he wants to.
Right. Like, if Craig and I are like flying to Delaware or something, he's like booking the plane tickets because it's like easier. He's like, I'm on the app, like I'm just doing it. It's not because he's
Yes.
trying to like keep me or like, hey, we have this trip coming up. It's like, I don't know, it just like doesn't even, it's not even a thing.
I also feel like I love buying stuff for Des, but like he, like I like to spoil him or I like to do stuff for him, but it's funny because he's so like masculine and he's like, no, I want to do it, but I like get off on being like, it's like a little power thing.
No, I love that. Okay, so Craig and I, we're not like huge gift people. We're more
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I saw this and I thought of you immediately, so I just bought it. So like we are always randomly giving each other like stupid
That's so cute.
so like, and it's not like expensive things. Like sometimes
Yeah.
it's expensive, but other times it's like, hey, like I got you this pack of gum because like this is your favorite flavor. You know, like stupid shit.
Yeah.
I was so excited for his Christmas present that I was like, hey, can I tell you what the Christmas present is? Like, and because I'm so bad. I get so excited. And he's like, yeah. I mean, we're adults. It's not like we have to wait till Christmas morning. Like, we can just say it.
Naughty.
I think I got him the best gift I've ever gotten anyone ever. Do you want to know what it is?
Yeah.
I adopted him a penguin that lives in Africa.
In Africa?
And I
Yeah, like the ones with the hair, like the funny hair.
Yep. I adopted him a penguin egg, which will hatch in 38 days. He gets to name it. He gets pictures sent of the penguin growing up. This penguin sanctuary raises the penguin for 2 years and then sends it out into the wild. And the name of this penguin is Pimento Cheese Conover.
Did you name it?
Sure did. Pimento.
Wait, why do I feel like Sheena did this with a boyfriend on Vanderpump?
A penguin?
She got a star. I think she
Oh.
got a star for like Adam or something.
Got it.
This is amazing. I don't want to like, if you guys ever broke up, if he just kept getting photos of this penguin and
I thought about it.
someone's like, what is, and he's like, I can't.
No, I thought about
it's
it.
a lot. I can't explain it, but I can't not help this penguin.
I was like, no, seriously, if he had another girlfriend in like a year and a half, he'd still be getting pimento cheese emails being like, hey, remember my mom? Where is she?
You're a single dad now.
Yeah. I literally.
Oh my god, that was the best evil laugh. Wait, I'm obsessed with pimento.
I was scouring the internet because there's so many places that you can like in quotations, adopt a wild animal, but it's really more you're just donating to the organization and they send you like a stuffed animal. I wanted like a thing where we got updates and like you saw the actual animal. And so I found this like I'll post it once Christmas comes. I'll like post all the stuff about it and like when we get our first picture. But like how cute.
I can't wait for the Netflix documentary to come out about the scam that is getting people to buy a penguin and then just a guy sending pictures off the internet to people in Utah.
Of one penguin. Yeah.
He just Googles penguin hatching and
Dude,
sends
that's
it
exactly what's fucking happening. I don't even care. It was worth the $300 because it's adorable.
$300. Wow. That guy in Utah is smart.
Yeah. Question. Have you watched Sex and the City?
No, but Des told me the spoiler. And apparently everyone's mad that the spoiler's going around.
You know what? Actually, I'm not going to spoil it. Can you watch it so that we can fully deep dive and talk about it next week? Because I have so many thoughts.
I do know that Peloton's stock dropped, which makes me laugh.
I know. Is that crazy? It's kind of hilarious. Also, the other show that I literally finished, Sex Life of College Girls, you have to watch it. It's
not corny. It seems
not
like
at
try
all.
hard.
No, not at all. It's hilarious. It's so funny. It's so real. It's Mindy Kaling's show, and I don't know if it's
Oh, cool.
based on like her life in college and like her friends, because there is a girl that's like this Indian girl and her family wants her to be a doctor and she really wants to be a comedy writer, and so she like tries to join this like comedy club, like this like writing thing. It's so funny. It's so good. You would love it.
Okay, I'll trust you on that.
Okay.
Anything else you're watching?
I also have been watching Yellowstone. I'm all caught up. I watched literally 4 seasons of a TV show in like 1 week.
Which is called productivity.
Yeah, I don't my ability to like get through an entire series is wild.
I wish I could push through a workout the same way I push through a Netflix series.
Oh my god, I would literally be a fitness competition like host. I would be so fit.
You'd be in CrossFit.
Yeah.
Did you see the Tiger King just dropped the Doc Antles story?
No. Who even is that again?
Tiger King, there was this guy, Doc Antle, and they showed a couple girls who were basically like, yeah, he made me his sex slave.
Oh,
and
yes,
made me get
yes,
fake tits.
yes.
And they never covered it. They just quickly mentioned it. And I was like, that sounds kind of integral. They just came out with like Doc Antle's story. I mean, and they're
on
basically
Netflix?
like, yeah, so that's happening.
Did you watch it yet?
No. So we're setting people up. We have to watch these 3 shows.
Yeah. Let's watch all of this stuff and get back next week and do full spoilers.
Hell yeah. Gigglers, Seattle, San Francisco. I think there's still a couple tickets left.
Yeah.
We'll put those links up. And we just dropped the Pete Davidson merch, which is crushing.
So, I love it. And also our LA date tickets will go on sale very soon for that.
So exciting. We love you so much, guys. Thank you for giggling with us. Bye.